Good afternoon. It is August 6th, 2026, and today we just had a trending trading range day. Uh, Very small compared to the average bar size on the daily chart. We had a big bull breakout, and I forget what I was saying, but we had this big bull breakout to all-time high. So I'm just anticipating this to be a pullback, maybe to 7,700, 76.95. Uh, and I mean, I think we're probably going to go higher. If we, we could test, the 76.90 level, or we could test here, 76.30. And, obviously we could go all the way down to 6,700, but um, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we're just finding resistance at the midline of this measured move. But yeah, I'm looking for a price to go to 7,900 near term. So anyway, um, here's the 2,700 tape chart. So we were chopping along, and this was like a 23-point range when I came in, and the average bar size for the past 5 days or so has been like 110 points or something like that. So we're chopping around. Expect a measured move. Uh, you know, is there a sign that this is going lower? Yeah, well, on all these other charts, so this is the 17,000 tick chart. This was the peak from Tuesday, and we've been below the EMA, and it is not a strong bear move by any means. So it's a little, it takes some guts to go short in the middle of this bull breakout on the daily chart, but you can do it. Um, and there's signs that this thing's going lower. Yesterday was, we had a pretty strong sell off, I'd say. What is that? 78.18 to, like a 67-point sell off. So that's pretty big. And really we were just chopping around, and we didn't test the overnight high um, at, at all. We came close, but really we didn't make a new high. So uh, yeah, there's reasons to think it's going lower. This we had some very strong bull buying right here. I loved this higher low. So this I looked at as a breakout, a potential failed breakout of the range. So I like that. I like this higher low. I like it when it comes back and tests this. Uh, but then it just chops sideways near the highs. And so if you're thinking about going short, you could consider it up here. You could consider this lower high. It doesn't get you much. You could consider, more a better idea would be limit orders up here. And we come back down here, we bounce. Can you take that? Yeah, I think you can. You got this bear move, pull back and move to a new low. So I just, when it starts responding to the EMA like this, I'm not crazy about continuing going long. You got this big bear bar, but then you get a nice bull move here, and then you get a lower high. And so I don't really think you can enter on any of this, but make a strong leg down. I actually did, matter of fact, I did, because me personally, I'm looking for the breakout and measured move. So I actually did enter on this, and this was my biggest profit of the day was this move. Um, and I didn't like when it went sideways here, so I exited. Could have held for the whole measured move, but would have went from like 10 points of profit or whatever, 12 points, whatever it was, to break even almost. So I didn't want to hold through all that. So if you're anticipating the breakout, maybe you do take this lower high. And I think, you could consider this. We don't have a gap above the EMA yet, the 21 bar EMA. Then you get a big, big bear bar. But I'm about to take this away because by this time you should have that trend line drawn and you're going into support. And so, it ends up chopping down to the measured move, but I don't like holding through all this back and forth stuff. So, and then at the measured move, I mean, shoot, I like this. It ends up going sideways, so you got to hold through all that. But I do like that. You're at the bottom of, you can consider buying on like a limit order here. You're at the bottom of the channel. We've tried to break out a few times. You're at the bottom of the measured move. I think there is a great argument for this one. And then we get the break of the channel. Not quite a move to a new low. You're getting some buying in here. Big, big bull bar. What is that? About 11 point. 10, we'll just call it 10 points. Probably the biggest. Yeah, biggest bull bar. Maybe this one. Yeah, this is the biggest bull bar of the day. So let's see this one. Yeah. So another thing was the volume felt like it was pretty low today. But I think we're gonna have a volatile day tomorrow. We'll just have to wait and see. So that's the daily chart. There's the weekly chart with that tail on top, and here's the monthly chart. So hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back tomorrow.